What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back in on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If you are in the building right now, do me a favor and drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly out there, family. Drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly out there before we get into today's show. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Can y'all hear me out there? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay. I see y'all can hear me. I see you guys can hear me. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Oh man. We got to talk about this today. We definitely got to talk about this today. But shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to all the lovely lady mods. Welcome back to all the new supporters, man. We got another great show lined up for you guys. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Let's see who's in the building. Let's shout everyone out. And then let's get to the show. Y'all know how we do. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki in the building. What's up, New York Nikki? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. One of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Cynical in the building. Another one of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. What up, Sin? How you doing? Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to my man Third Ward in the building. What up, Third Ward? Salute, my guy. Appreciate you. How you doing, Tanya? Salute to you. Good to see you in the building. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. One of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Good to see you, Miss Classy Creole, as always. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the clouds. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all double tap y'all screens. On the way in. Double tap y'all screens on the way in. Double tap y'all screens on the way in. We're going to talk about this today. As y'all can see, Elon Musk sends Democrats into panic mode with Doge. Now, see, if y'all don't know right now, there's a fight. There's a fight within the House. And I've been telling y'all this for a minute. Ever since Trump was reelected, I was trying to tell y'all that these people are fighting amongst themselves. This is no longer about a race thing. You see? So right now, if you didn't know, how you doing, Keita T? Salute to you. Good to see you in the building. Right? If y'all don't know, right now there's a fight on who's going to keep the House. Who's going to keep the House? And right now, the Democrats are trying to take over the House. So eventually, they can get Donald Trump out of the seat. So this is the fight right now. This is why y'all are seeing a bunch of lies put out about Donald Trump. A lot of salacious things, a lot of salacious allegations against Elon Musk. This is why you're seeing all of this stuff. Oh, Trump is not a good president. He doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, these people don't know what they're doing. You know, all this salacious stuff because they want us to side with them, which is who? The Democrats. So they can take back over the House. And once they take over the House, they can then try to get Donald Trump out of there. What's up, Full Circle? What's what is so important about April 5th that I keep saying? April 5th. Listen, I listen. Social media makes a lot of things. They create a lot of trends nowadays. Mark West says, "What's up, Mark West? Democrats destroyed the black household." I agree. I agree. So this is why you're seeing a bunch of craziness coming out about the Trump administration in the news. It is definitely a full-on onslaught against Trump and his administration to get them up out of there. And they're trying their best. They're doing all that they can. But one of the things that they must do that they have the most trouble with doing at this time is swaying the perception of the people. This is the actual problem that the Democrats are having. They're having a problem with convincing us that they're right. See, it's not as easy as it used to be. We're not going for it. We're not going for it anymore. So this is why you're seeing people like Jasmine Crockett. This is why you see people like Jasmine Crockett around. This is why you're seeing Tesla being attacked with people going in and setting Teslas on fire and destroying vehicles. This is all to create this story around the Trump administration and how they need to be ran out of this country, basically. What up, Raj? Salute to you. Yeah, Eric Adams' case is dismissed. Yeah. So, Sin, don't be surprised if you don't see Eric Adams turn red. Don't be surprised, Sin. Don't be surprised if we find out Eric Adams done turn red, y'all. And that's how that case got dismissed. You see? But this is what's going on. The Democrats are going crazy. And they're going crazy because they no longer have power in society. Now, we all know this popular song that came out a long time ago. But it's a very popular song. It's called Money, Power, Respect. It's called Money, Power, Respect. What did Little Kim say? First you get the money, then you get the power. See, the Democrats are losing power because the Trump administration is cutting their access off to the money. You see, this is what's going on. This is why you're seeing hip hop being attacked. This is why you're seeing the entertainment world, all of these people who are being attacked. They're connected to that Democratic money. You see? And this is what they're actually pissing a fit about. Because them people getting ready to be broke. Because Trump is cutting them off. And Elon. Because what we have found out is that a lot of these people have lined their pockets through corruption. Through scamming. This is what we found out. We're finding out that these people were funding the wrong things. I'ma just keep it like that. But these rich people, money was tied up in a bunch of criminal elements. This is why Jay-Z is on a chopping block. This is why you see the whole rap game done disappeared. Only thing left is snitches and mooks. You see? They're cleaning up America. I told y'all this. I warned y'all about this. This is what was going to take place. They're cleaning up America. They're going to do away with all of that hip hop stuff and everybody who's connected to it, because a lot of these people are also connected to a lot of criminal activity, trafficking, drugs, firearms, scamming. What did I tell y'all about Cash Patel? Remember we did the show about Cash Patel and we played the video when he was speaking. It is his job, him and Tom Homan, the border czar, along with Homeland Security, to rid of the criminal element in America. That is the plan, y'all. I know for years, y'all have always said, it's going to always be crime in America. This is America. The FBI, along with Homeland Security and Border Control, right, have orders to clean up America. They're getting rid of drugs as we know it. They're getting rid of the drug dealers. They're getting rid of the cartels. They're getting rid of the gangs and the gang activity. They're getting ready to start trumping up charges on low-level crime. So if you get caught stealing and all that type of shit, it's going to be harsh. It's going to be harsh penalties for this type of stuff that we thought was just frivolous. Understand what's going on here. This is why the Democrats are afraid. This is why they're in panic mode. They don't want this type of America because this is the type of America that they cannot profit in. They can't profit in this type of America with no gangs, with no drug dealing. They can't profit. They can't operate in that type of environment. They can't operate. What up, Paul? Shout out to my man Bob in the building. Salute, Bob. What's up, Sandra Davis? You tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Of course they support open borders. because they need that pink stuff, Mark West. See, you got to remember, them rich politicians, they on the same drugs as the high-level entertainers. They hang out together, A-list celebrities and politicians. How many times we saw Barack and Michelle with Jay-Z and Beyonce? How many times we done saw this? Plenty of times. Y'all remember when all the black rappers went up to the White House and took pictures with Barack Obama, Jeezy, and all of them? Y'all remember that? So, of course, they support open borders. They need that pink stuff to keep coming across the border. Where y'all think it's coming from? It's coming from the cartels and the gangs. The cartels and the gangs bring the drugs. That pink stuff. Jaguar Wright called it 2C. She said that's what they call it. That 2C. It's pink cocaine. Yeah. This is what they pass around on the trays at the Diddy parties. Yeah. Why you think hip hop is shut down? Y'all don't see the connection in all of this stuff yet? Y'all don't see this? Darren Williams says, you don't believe what you're saying. I absolutely do believe what I'm saying, or I won't be saying it, Darren Williams. Mark West says fentanyl. Fentanyl too. Fentanyl as well. Let's not forget about GHB. Because that, Mark West, that is the drug that's put in the baby oil. That is also the drug that they were spiking the champagne with. That Diddy's artist, Mark Curry, talked about. When Diddy used to tell them, these are our bottles over here, and those bottles over there is for the chicks and for the guests. See, we did a show. That was a lit show, by the way. Lit show about that baby oil. We talked about that baby oil because we was wondering, why would he buy 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Where did he buy them from? 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Then we found out that baby oil is spiked. It has a drug, a liquid drug known as GHB. And one of my supporters also came in the chat and told us when he used to go to raves, they used to spray GHB in the crowd, like as a mist. Shout out to my brother Zuma. But he put us on about the GHB being at raves. They were spraying it in the air. Shout out to my man Wade Eye Black in the building. No F's Givens podcast. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. You see? He told us about that, about that GHB. See, all of this stuff is connected. All of this stuff is connected to the Democrats. See, this is what y'all don't understand. That's why you see so many people left and ran off, disappeared. You see Denzel ran and became a pastor. He pulled the Mason Bether. Because we know why Mace ran to the church. Mace didn't just run to the church because of what he saw and what he was a part of. and all the freaky deaky stuff he was doing at a young age. Because remember, before it was any of that, remember, before it was Fabulous, it was Mace. Mace is the one who created that fly nigga rap. Rapping slow, talking that fly shit, talking about money. That came from Mace. Cam got that shit from Mace. Understand this. See the way Cam rap? He got that from Mace. Mace started that. Banks, Fab, all that shit go back to Mace was doing that first. Punchlining niggas' heads off. That was Mace. Okay? So understand, Mace didn't just run to the church because he was scared. Mace also ran to the church to hide. To hide. Remember they said Craig Mack was part of a cult. They run to these places to seek refuge, to hide. Mace thought he was going to die. Y'all got to remember, Mace was around when Biggie died. Y'all can't forget about that. Mace know everything. Mace was around Diddy before all these other cats. It was Mace first. You think Mace wasn't getting that baby oil? Y'all think Mace wasn't getting that baby oil? And see, all this stuff is connected. Because what? The baby oil has a drug in it. How we know Mace was getting the baby oil? Remember Cam told a story? See, y'all got to listen to when these rappers get on these podcasts and they start telling these stories. What they're actually doing is low-key putting people out there. That's what Cam was doing. Because remember, when Cam told this story, this is before he got back cool with Mace and started hanging with Mace again. Who remembers that interview when Cam said he went to see Mace at Diddy house back in the day? Diddy had a house on Park Avenue. He had a condo on Park Avenue. Who remembers this story? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Cam telling this story. He told the story that he went to see Mace at Diddy house, right? He went to use the bathroom and it was a 10-inch pink dildo sitting on a sink. Who remember when Cam said that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember when Cam told that story. On the podcast, he told that story. He said the dildo was pink. What color did Cam make popular for niggas to wear? See, y'all don't be paying attention. See, you got to pay attention to details when you dealing with these demons. Because see, they hide in plain sight. See, he told you back in the day that Mace was getting that baby oil. Because that bathroom he walked in was in Mace's room. That wasn't Diddy's bathroom. Diddy got the master bedroom. He got a bathroom in his room. So y'all think Cam walked in Diddy's bathroom and saw that 10-inch pink dildo? That was Mace's bathroom. That was Mace's bathroom. Come on, all y'all gotta do is put it together. What up, Mike? All y'all gotta do is put it together. It was pink. It was pink. Then Cam, years later, he got all the niggas wearing pink. Hey, Cameron, let me ask you something, Cam. Did you like that dildo? Because after you saw that pink dildo sitting on May's sink, you started getting niggas in New York to wear pink. You started wearing all pink. You had an all pink Range Rover. You started wearing all pink. Whoa, whoa. What? Baby oil. Baby oil. With the what? What color is the top of the baby oil? Pink. Pink, y'all. Think. You got to think. What is the color of the top of the baby oil bottle? Pink. Pink. Johnson & Johnson. Baby oil. Pink. These niggas been telling us this for years. We know the ukuleles are Democrats. They're Democrats, Democratic liberals. The Duke shooters. The Glock Dookies. That's them. The pink boys. He started telling all the men to wear pink. Niggas was wearing pink bandanas, pink shorts, baby oil. Baby oil. And here's the final connection. This how you know all these niggas is connected. Because they all sell us what? Look what the Democrats always sell us. Alcohol. Look at this. Alcohol. Something dealing with sex. Or drugs. What was the name of Cameron's album? SDE. Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment. Baby oil. Democrats. The ukuleles. They're Democrats. The trans lovers. Yeah. It's right in your face. What is the name? Cam right now is selling a male enhancement drug. It's a drug. I know it's a drug. That's why I would never take it. Right now, Cam has a product that he's selling as a sexual male enhancement. Hey, Dice. What up, Dice? Hey, Dice. I got to go there, Dice. Cam, right now, if y'all don't know, Cam, he fell in love with that pink dildo. When he walked in Mace's bathroom, he fell in love with the dildo. Right, look, right after that, follow me. He started getting everybody to wear pink. He turned all his cars pink. Right? Now, he's selling a sexual male enhancement drug called what, Dice? What is called? Pink horsepower. Pink horsepower. Didn't I tell y'all? The ukuleles. Pink horsepower. See, he still dreams about that dildo that was on May's sink. Pink horse. When he saw a pink horse in Mace's bathroom, I'm telling you, pink horsepower. Listen to that. Tell me that don't sound like trans power. Tell me this don't sound like a product for trannies. Pink horse. A pink horse? A pink horse Straight men are taking this pink horse. Isn't a pink horse a unicorn? A pink horse. Pink horsepower. Mooks. Mookuleles. Pink horsepower. Pink horsepower. If you ever took pink horsepower and you think you a straight man, I'm going to ask you to consider your sexuality. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up, y'all. Let's see. Let's see the packaging of this. Pink horsepower. Pink horsepower. This nigga Cameron is a weirdo. Oh, hey Cam, what happened to your website, homie? They took your website down? Oh, what's going on, Cam? Hey Cam, what happened to your website, bro? Oh, champ, what happened? Oh, but you still got it up on Instagram. Right. Look at, oh yeah, look, y'all, see, look, y'all, didn't look, watch this. Look at this, y'all. The Mookingtons, the Mookuleles, look, didn't I tell y'all they mooks? Pink horsepower, look, mooks, pink horsepower. Look at this. Look at this. A pink stallion. This is mooking. This is straight Mookington shit. Look at Cam. At a romantic depot. Whoa. On West 18th Street. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. On West 18th Street, Dice. Hey, waiter, if you still in the building, West 18th Street is where your man Cam had a pop-up for pink horsepower. What are we doing? And he's smiling with a scarf wrapped around his neck with lipstick on. Look at your man. Mookuleles. Hey, y'all, I'm about to create a new sound bite. Every time we see these mooks, we're going to make it say, Makonnen. Every time. This is nasty work. Look at Cam. Hey, bro. Your man Cam is on West 18th. We know what's on West 18th, bro. Why's your man doing a pop-up shop on West 18th with a product called Pink Horsepower? I'm glad you wasn't there. That's a place you're not supposed to be, brother. That's a place a guy like you's not supposed to be, champ. Not at all. Not at all, dog. The romantic depot. It's that Democrat shit. Look, pink horsepower, blue horsepower. Whoa. Whoa. And this was in 2022 at the Sex Expo. Pink horsepower. Get your mans. Look at your mans in them. Look, oh yeah. If French is promoting pink horsepower, you know what's going on. Look, niggas in the comments saying he about to call Diddy. You know he is. He got that pink horsepower, he's calling Diddy. He's calling Diddy. Look, that nigga got on a pink horsepower shirt. Wow. These niggas are out of control. Look, he want us to have a pink Father's Day. Look at Cam, y'all. Look what these niggas are trying to do to us, fellas. This nigga want us to have a pink Father's Day. This nigga want us to have a pink Father's Day. I thought pink was for breast cancer month. This nigga want us to have a pink Father's Day. He want us to wear pink on Father's Day, fellas. This is nasty work. This is nasty work. Look, nasty work. Pink horsepower on Father's Day. Look at this nigga, son. Yo, he putting it in our face, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, y'all. I don't have to say anything else. Do I? Do I still have to prove to y'all that all this hip hop shit is democratic and that's why it's going down the drain? Because the conservative way of life is not hip hop. This nigga's putting this shit in our face. These niggas are mooks. He got a male horse right there. He's showing you pink horsepower. And we still trying to fuck with this industry hip hop shit. This is what it is, bro. He putting it in our face. Pink horsepower. Look. Yo, he putting it right in our face. Telling you what he like. Look. These niggas is weirdos. Telling y'all, the game's over. It's over. Look at this. Look, mooks. Look at this. This is Mookington. Look, y'all know the vibe. Winking his eye. Pop Vasquez. Who is this mook nigga right here? He's on top of a pink horse. Yo, come on, y'all. Do I gotta show any more? Do I need to show y'all any more? This man is riding a pink horse. This is hip hop. Today, this is what you gotta do to be in the game. You're not getting in because you nice. You gotta take that pink horsepower. You gotta take that pink horsepower. And see, this is the proof, right? This is the proof that Cam has always been down with Diddy. See, this is what Cam didn't tell us in that interview. That when he went in there and asked that nigga Mace why that dildo was on his sink, Mace told that nigga, you want to find out? See, he ain't gonna tell that truth. That's what Mace told that nigga. Because Mace runs Cam. Cam don't run Mace. Y'all gotta remember who the big homie is. It's Mace, not Cameron. Okay? Mace told that nigga Cam, when Cam went in there and asked him, yo, who dildo was that on the sink? Yo, Five, who dildo was that on the sink, blood? That nigga Mace said, nigga, don't be asking me no questions. You want to find out? Nah, homie, chill. I was just asking because I just went to take a piss and I saw a pink horse on your sink. That's what he told Mace. He saw a pink horse in his bathroom. This is where you get pink horsepower from. Look, it's right here. When he walked in Mace's bathroom and saw that pink horse, he fell in love. It never left his mind. It never left his mind. Hey, Dice, he never forgot that pink horse. Look, this is the proof. This is the proof. And you know what these niggas like to say? Oh, these niggas be coming on YouTube spinning narratives. How we spinning narratives? Because we added 1 + 1 and got 2. How we spinning narratives? Because we added 1 + 1 and got 2. So we making up shit? No. You told the story that you went to Diddy house back in the day when Mace was living with Diddy at the crib on Park Avenue, Cameron. You said you asked Mace to go use the bathroom, and when you walked into that bathroom, you saw a pink horse sitting on the top of his sink. That's what you said, Cameron. And now if we fast forward 20 years later, why are you selling a product called pink horsepower? Oh, how ironic. Come on, man. This is why these Democrats are in panic mode. The industry is broke because the industry was funded by Democratic money, the Democrats. The Democrats. They were all at the Diddy parties. They were there. Who do you think Diddy is? Diddy is the Black Epstein. Epstein was on Epstein's Island. Diddy was on Star Island. The freak-off mansion in Miami, where the parties were. The yacht parties. Remember Diddy all-white yacht parties? Where he used to party for a whole week? The whole week of his birthday, he partying. If you get on a yacht, you can't get off. That's Star Island. When they was on that yacht, they was on Star Island. All connected to Democratic money. All connected to Democratic money. Political corruption. And this is what Trump and his administration is pulling the layers back on. This is why the Democrats is spending so much time trying to massively push to us. Oh, they don't know how to run a country. Oh, Elon keeps making mistakes. Oh, they're dumb. Oh, they don't know this. Oh, they don't know that. Because what they want the American people to do is to go back to normal. You see? Oh no, your life is going to drastically change. It's going to get worse. You don't want things to just stay how they were. That's what they want us to do, y'all. They want us to keep taking the blue pill to stay asleep. While they be the only woke ones around us, profiting off of our mental slavery. This is what the Democrats want. Who you think created the fake woke agenda? The Democrats. The conscious community, all that shit is connected to the Democrats. All of it. The woke agenda, consciousness, yoga, all that's bullshit. Had black people with yoga mats and, oh, I'm going to spin my chakras. Nigga, you ain't got no chakras in your body, nigga. Shut up. You ain't got no chakras in your body. You ain't got no chakras in your body. Because when niggas get shot up, they don't never say, oh, he got shot in his third chakra. Why they don't never say that? See, this how you know all of that was an agenda. The fake woke agenda. The fake woke agenda is the agenda that ushered in what? The ukuleles. Who remember Sonetta TV back in the day when he bought a nigga named Shaka Amos, who's a cross-dresser, a fun boy, dressed up as an Egyptian god. Oh, that's Shaka Amos. No, that's a mook. That's a blade. That's a ukulele. That's a mookinton. That's what that is. Shaka Amos. Talking about the pyramids. Y'all are mooks. That's what all of this stuff is connected to. The DEI programs and the woke agenda. Who you think ushered in the DEI stuff? The woke people. They had niggas hugging trees. Hugging trees. Doing dumb shit. Oh, you know the trees can talk to you? You ain't never heard a tree talk. You know when you heard a tree talk? On The Wizard of Oz. Stop. Stop it. These niggas told us that we could sit in the sun and spin our chakras and it could recharge our battery and we could stay up longer. This is the type of shit they was teaching us in the conscious community, that woke shit, which brought in the mook agenda. Barack Obama became president when? 2008. That is at the height of the conscious community. Y'all don't see the connection? Bambaataa, conscious community, hip hop, the Democrats, hip hop museum. What is Africa Bambaataa? A big cross-dresser. That's what the Zulu nations was. A bunch of cross-dressing mooks. That's what they were. They were a bunch of cross-dressers. Y'all don't see the connection now? A lot of these black folk, especially our so-called entertainers, they was making money off that DEI stuff. That's why they mad Trump got rid of it. That is what connected and made blackness matter. Y'all don't understand this stuff. This is why it's time for us to move away from that shit. Because they connected blackness to being mooks. See, this is what y'all don't know. At the top of the DEI list is being a mook, not being black or white. It's being a mook. And then after it's being a mook, it's being a woman. Black is at the bottom of the list. You see? And all of that stuff was ushered in by who? Barack Obama. The Obama administration, the Democrats. You see? This is why they're in panic mode, because their money, a lot of their money was tied in to this DEI stuff. And all the HBCU stuff. What do you think the HBCUs are? DEI. Them HBCU nows are breeding grounds for homosexuality. Yeah, I said it. The HBCU today is a breeding ground for homosexuality. That's all HBCUs are now. Sex dungeons. Everybody, it's a sex party. That's all it is. The women in there having sex with each other, the men in there having sex with each other. It's sex dungeons. That's what the HBCU is today. Cross dressers, all of that weirdo shit. Ain't no black power coming out of none of that shit. That's cap. When you go to a HBCU, you're no longer black. You now become colored. Who y'all think gave birth to the HBCUs? Huh? What up, the tribe? How you doing, Joy Random? What's good? Tammy Pierce, how you doing? D.O. Bummer. What up, Victor? Victor Von Doom, salute. What's up, Anonymous? Peace to the God, Seth Son in the building. Peace. How you doing, Brownie? What's up with you, young lady? Zuma in the building. What up, my brother Zuma? Was talking about you a little minute ago, bro. He said them DMV HBCUs are full of freaks. That's all it is. It's a sex dungeon. That's all it is. And you know why it's built like that? Because remember, before it was HBCUs, there were only Ivy League schools. There were only Ivy League schools. See, when you go to a HBCU, you're no longer black. You're colored. Now you become colored. Why do you think a lot of black men that come from HBCUs, the real high level ones, they go get a what? A white woman. They're colored. Now you're a colored man. You went to a HBCU because you've been indoctrinated with a bunch of bullshit that you think is blackness. You see? That's why these black women who go to HBCUs, they walk around with their head up in the air, like they've done something in life. They've done nothing. Because all you're taught to do is how to be a weapon against your own people. That's all you're taught to do. So now you're a colored person. You're not black. Scottish Rite versus Prince Hall. That's all it is. That's all it is. Simply Pets says it's a pimp playground. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. T Church in the building. Salute, Brody. The most racist people gave birth to the HBCUs. They don't know that. They don't know that, but they're still running around here pushing this DEI stuff. If you're still running around here pushing race, you pushing DEI. If you're still running around here talking about male versus female, you're pushing DEI. See, these people don't even know that they having these type of conversations. That's null and void. That's null and void. These conversations are actually confusing the children. When we're having conversations and telling women, oh, women don't have a role. Men and women don't have respective roles no more. Then what does that tell a little boy? What does that tell a little girl? So you tell a little girl she doesn't have a role as being a little girl. She doesn't have a role. So you tell a little boy he don't have a role. He doesn't have a role as a boy. There's certain things he must learn to do because he's a boy. So you don't teach like that no more. See, this is why Trump got rid of this shit. Because once you start confusing their identity, then they can now say, well, Mom, I went to my counselor today and he said I can get puberty blockers if I really wanted to be a girl. And I really been thinking about it. And I want to turn to Christina. I don't want to be Carlos anymore, Mom. I feel like Christina. This is the stuff that the Democrats are fighting to bring back. Because this is the shit they was making money off of. Them puberty blockers was big business. I showed y'all a video of a little boy who wanted to transition, and he was special needs. I showed y'all the video with how they mutilated that little boy. I showed y'all the video. Shout out to Elicino. Salute, champion. Salute. Appreciate that super chat, man. I showed y'all this. This is why they're in panic mode. They're in panic mode with Doge, because Doge, I'm going to tell y'all what Doge and Elon Musk have created in the economy within all the agencies of the government. They've created a code, a tax code, to itemize expenses. And not only did they create a code, they also have an explanation, and they also have a number to call to speak to somebody about that said thing. This is how they've been able to find all the goddamn money, y'all. This is how they've been able to find the money. This is how they're tracing the money back to all of these criminals. This is how they're doing it. This is why the Democrats are in panic mode. Kamala Harris, she could say goodnight. She's never going to be, she might as well go sit down somewhere. She's never going to be in politics again. She's done. This is why they hate Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Because they combing through that paperwork. And they're finding out that a lot of the money that was lost in the economy is due to the lack of organization. They wasn't keeping track of the money. And why wouldn't you keep written record of this stuff? So when they come looking for it, we don't have an explanation. We don't know. That's what a thief does. A good thief not only steals, but he knows how to cover his own tracks. That's a good thief. What up, Darren? Shout out to Darren Korsberg. That's a good thief. That's what these Democrats been doing. This is why they haven't been legitimately keeping records. So now when they come in and they start looking for the money, and the money just gone, and it's no explanation for it, it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. That's what they doing. Playing stupid. I don't know. Oh, y'all don't know? All right, fired. Fired. See, that's why he was firing people too. That's why he was firing people too. Because when they start coming in there asking questions, yo, where this money at? Where this at? Where's this? Where's that? Why is this way? Why is that way? We don't know. Okay, fired. Go home. Go home. That's why they was firing people too. They said this. Remember, we read the articles about it. Firing them. And Trump only laid off 20,000 people. Only 20,000. Victor says, I get fired when I steal, so should they. Exactly. 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 And that is what the people would want in general. Why isn't these people being held accountable for the stuff that they're doing? Why are we allowing them to think that it's okay? Because they're the government? How long the American people had this problem with our government? Now we have an administration that's going to say, okay, guys, y'all were right. If we're gonna do things to earn y'all vote, then we need to hold up our end of the bargain by doing things correctly, by having some honor and some ethics when we're dealing with the people of our country. Isn't this what the American people have been asking for decades from the government? some fairness? Can it be fair? Isn't that what we've been asking for? Classy Creole says Pelosi for damn sure need to be locked up in jail. Exactly. She does. Massive insider trading. Yeah. But see, we got to remember something too about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a strategist. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, Mayor Eric Adams probably done went red. Trump probably done convinced Mayor Adams to come on his side. And he told him, the way I'm going to look out for you, if you do what I say, is I'm going to get you off this case. You notice how Trump play? He a businessman. This is business, y'all. This is business. You know this is business. I need you for something. I'm going to get you out, but you know you got to play for us now. And what do you think is already understood when that's said? If you play with me, your ass going back to jail. It's just that simple. If you play with me, if you try to backstab me, if you're not going to hold up your end of the bargain, I'm going to make sure they deep fry your ass, Eric. Because we know you was in them Diddy parties. Come on, you think Trump ain't tell him that? You think Trump ain't already let him know that they'll send his ass to hell if he try to do some foul shit to them? They'll send his ass to hell. You'll start seeing all type of videotapes pop up with Mayor Adams with apples in his mouth. Like, oh my God. Yeah, that's Mayor Adams. Look. He has on a Catwoman suit. We'll start seeing all types of weirdo stuff popping up about this dude because they know he was at them Diddy parties. They know he was there. They saw when he gave Diddy the key to the city. They know why he gave Diddy the key to the city, because Diddy had that nigga on tape dressed up like Peter Pan. Come on. You think Diddy don't extort people like that too? See, and y'all may say I'm going a little too far, but this is just how I think. Who you think Ghost is in power? Who do y'all think Ghost is in power? See, 50 an ill dude. 50 has a very big imagination. This is what I like about Cancers too. He has a very big imagination, and what he does is he creates storylines off of what happened in his environment. That's why one of his best songs is Ghetto Quran, because he's literally talking about his neighborhood and how he grew up as a kid and grew up to be who he was, 50 Cent. That's literally what Ghetto Quran is about. He rapping about all the OGs, all the dudes from his hood. He like to tell stories. 50's great at that. Who do y'all think Ghost is in power? Who do y'all think Ghost is in power? A lot of y'all think it's 50. A lot of y'all think he talking about himself. No, that's Diddy. That's Diddy. 50 ain't never tell on his friends. 50 never snitched on his friend. Remember, Ghost snitched on Tommy. Ghost told on Tommy. Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot? Ghost told on his best friend. That's Diddy, y'all. That's Diddy. Ghost is Diddy. He owned a nightclub. He owned a nightclub where shootings used to happen. Who remembers when Diddy had that club right next to Daddy's house in Manhattan? Talk to me. Talk to me. That's Diddy. Diddy connected politically. He's connected to who? Remember the whole shit with Lorenz Tate? Coming in acting like the governor and the mayor, I mean. That's Diddy, y'all. 50 been putting it in our face. Paris Young says Ghost told on Kanan. No, Ghost told on Tommy. Ghost told on Tommy. Remember, Kanan was supposed to have died. Remember, they had supposedly killed Kanan, Paris Young. And Diddy had J-Lo. And Diddy had J-Lo. Who's who? Who's who? The cop girl. That was J-Lo. The Spanish girl. That was J-Lo. Look how 50 been putting it in our face the whole time. Yeah, fit for genius, Elisino. Yeah, fit for genius. Yeah. Yes. This is Diddy. This is all Diddy. What up, cuzzo? Shout out to Junior Mafia in the building. Darren says, hey, Chief State, Trump tariffs won't affect Australia that much because America only makes up about 5% of our exports. Absolutely. Hey, Darren, remember I had told y'all are like a self-sustaining economy. Y'all can just do business within y'all region. Y'all don't never have to come to America. Only for certain things. Simply Pet says, if Nas is gay, he a smart man. He'll never be around him. Johnny Hank, what's up, Johnny? Dennis says, sorry, I just jumped in the chat. What's up, Cynical? What's up, Dennis? What's going on? See, all this stuff is connected, man. All this stuff is connected. So let's get into this article. Let's get into this article, man. Let's get into it. Double tap y'all screen on the way in, man. Double tap y'all screen on the way in if y'all are here through the vertical feed. Do me a favor and tap y'all screens if y'all are here through the vertical feed.
Exclusive interview with Elon Musk.
Hold on. Make sure y'all can hear it. 50 used to write. Cuzzo says 50 used to write for Diddy. So he has been understanding how Diddy thinks to a point. Facts. Facts. 50 wrote for a lot of people too. That's a fact. We are going to have to cheaper beef prices. Hey, y'all could afford it, right? Y'all could afford it, right, Darren? Classy Creole says a lot of the storylines are just turned around events for real life situations. Yep. They just add different names and, you know, exaggerate a little bit. That's a fact.
And members of his Doge team. And in this segment, we're going to take a deeper dive into the roles of some key players here. Healthcare entrepreneur Brad Smith at the Health and Human Services Department.
So what we getting ready to listen to is Doge, Elon Musk and his Doge team speak up on what they got going on.
Aram Magadasi as a software expert, Cloud Software Group CEO Tom Kraus at the Treasury Department, and Morgan Stanley banker Anthony Armstrong. All very important names. He is at the Office of Personnel Management.
Let's check back on this. There's a lot of money sloshing out the door. We spend as a country about $3 billion a day in interest expense. It's probably the first thing that got me focused on this and thinking about how do we get to this place? How do we spend more on interest expense than we do on defense, for example? So there's a lot going out the door. But my focus actually, while I've been here, has been on the agency side and on the workforce side, and how is the federal workforce of 2.3 million civilians, how's it constituted? How does it function? There are 259 discrete departments in the federal government. One of the things we did was we did an ontology of the full federal government. using AI and brute force to map out 16,000 boxes on the federal government org chart. And then it's how do we get this to be efficient? For example, at the federal government, one of the things we've learned is you've got 4 payroll processors in the federal government. So 2.3 million employees get paid. They get paid through 4 payroll processors. One is in the Department of Interior. One is in the Department of Agriculture. They actually do very good work at this team at the Agriculture Department, but it's at the Agriculture Department. And they serve 76 federal agencies from the Agriculture Department for payroll. Everything from the IRS to the Smithsonian gets paid through the Agriculture Department. So that just doesn't make any sense. There should be one. You can debate where it should go. You should get the official.
Now I had to pause that real quick. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that the Department of Agriculture, their budget pays the salaries of 76 other agencies? This is the stuff that was going on in our government. This man is saying that doesn't make any sense. How do you have the Department of Agriculture paying for all these other agencies? Look at the stuff we finding out. This is why they're in panic mode.
Efficiencies of pulling those together. You should get the information that comes from pulling those together. So that's what we're facing on the workforce front. And you made the comment about shooting from the hip, and I want to just talk about that for a moment.
No, it's just what critics say.
Yeah, it couldn't be further from the truth. So I want to talk about what we're doing with these restructuring plans. We literally go in, and we're doing this mostly at nights and over the weekends with the secretaries of these agencies and their senior staff. And we're going line by line, in employee org charts, line by line from the bottom up, talking about every function. Is it duplicative? Yes. Okay. What are we going to do with these 40 communications officers? We don't need 40. How many do we need? How are we going to consolidate them? What's the right team to pull that together? And it is happening at the highest level, and it is line by line, box by box on these org charts.
With these secretaries.
Absolutely. The secretaries and their senior staff, and also really importantly, senior career staff. And I've got to say, I think all of us have been, it's been an amazing experience. There are some very, very smart, hardworking people who are career civil servants, and they're involved in these conversations as well to build out these plans for what these organizations should look like.
Tom Krause, working at Treasury, you are having access to the payment system, oversees all the outgoing payments. Essentially, those payments were going places we didn't know where they were going, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case, Brett. We're serving 580 plus agencies. And up until very recently, effectively, they could say, make the payment, and Treasury just sent it out as fast as possible. No verification. And so what we're doing is what any household would do. But imagine you're a household, you have a bank account, everyone has an ATM card connected to that account, everyone has a checkbook connected to that account. It's not just your children, it's not just your parents, it's your in-laws, it's your extended family, and they all can go to the account and disperse funds. No questions asked, no justification, no verification. And so all we're trying to do is put in basic controls. And then the last thing is really on the accounting side of things. Today, when a bill is passed, a budget bill or a continuing resolution as we have right now, that actually does set a budget. It doesn't set a budget for the whole government as a whole. It actually sets it by fund. And so if you think about it, there's actually 11,000 funds across these 580 plus agencies. But today, on a real-time basis, not even a near real-time basis, we cannot account for what's being dispersed by fund.
And the hope is to be able to turn that where you could see it.
Turn that so we can see it, and we're very close to producing that. And why is that important? Well, by law, these agencies at the fund level are not allowed to spend more than their budget. But if you don't have the information and you don't track it, how do you know?
And arm the technical side of moving these computers to new age. I mean, it's a challenge, right?
Absolutely. And one thing I'll say is that almost every longtime government employee that I've met is incredibly excited about taking a serious look at the fraud. They have seen it firsthand for many years and see this as kind of an opportunity to use technology to address $500 billion a year of fraud. I think that on the modernization side, it might actually surprise people how basic the improvements we're making are.
Yeah, this is really, like, we can't emphasize this enough. What I'm saying is, like, the things we're talking about are so basic that the federal government can't pass an audit. It doesn't know where the money's going. Like, so what we're talking about is just like being able to pass an audit. It will enable taxpayers to know where the money is going and know that their hard-earned tax dollars are being spent well.
But the biggest pot is either in Social Security or, I guess, Medicare and Medicaid, right?
Yeah, but I can speak to Medicare and Medicaid a little bit. We're 100% committed to protecting Medicare and Medicaid. But at the same time, the Government Accountability Office, GAO, has said there's $84 billion a year in improper payments. And so how does that happen? I'll just give you a couple of examples. So one, we're finding there's actually an article in the Wall Street Journal about this, that there's individuals who are getting paid, or the health plans are getting paid in 2 separate states for the same individual. So New York pays for somebody's Medicaid and Connecticut pays for somebody's Medicaid. And you say, how could that possibly happen? And the reason is they have individual data systems. They run their programs separately. The federal government kind of sort of collects the data, but does not put it together to identify those opportunities. So that's a really concrete example of we're paying twice when we don't need to be paying twice. Paying once won't affect anybody's healthcare, but it'll save us half the money.
In our final installment of our spotlight on the Department of Government Efficiency, Brett speaks one-on-one with Elon Musk about what issues keep him up at night, the scrutiny he is facing, his involvement in politics.
That's for another show, y'all. That's for another show. How you doing, L'Oreal? Shout out to you. One of my lovely lady moms that's always in the building holding it down. Good to see you, L'Oreal. Shout out to you. Right? But that is the video I wanted to share with y'all today, because I wanted y'all to hear the people from the Doge team actually speak about what they're actually doing. And as I was saying, Elon and his team are really focused on making the government efficient. This is why they're called the Department of Government Efficiency. Because as y'all just heard, based on all of the confusion and just things in a disarray in the government, we could barely pass a tax audit because things are not organized. So these guys are working day in and day out, 7 days a week, trying to organize our system. But y'all say, oh man, DS1, the demons are coming. The demons are already here. The demons are already here. You don't see Lil Uzi? You don't see Lil Uzi? The demons are already here. You don't see Young Thug? The demons are already here. Y'all stop scaring yourself with this BS, man. Come on, man. Come on. So, yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts. He's nuts. But this is why the Democrats are going in a panic mode, because Doge is going through things with a fine-tooth comb, and they're just combing nice and slow. Oh, we found something. This is what's going on, y'all. The Department of Government Efficiency. And I told y'all before, and I'm going to tell y'all this again. Stop looking for sudden change. Our government has been messed up for decades. It's not going to get fixed overnight. It's not going to get fixed in a year. May not get fixed in 2 years. But at least we have a group of people who cares about how the government is being ran. Because for a long time, the government was just getting graped by government officials, fake leaders. This is what they were doing. This is what they were doing. And then for decades, we had presidents to just come in and just pick up where the left demon left off at. That's all. Nobody ever came in and said, yo, this is wrong. Let's fix this. Yo, why are we doing this to the people? Nobody ever came in and said this. And what's shocking a lot of people, and people won't admit this because they feel like they'll become an outcast in their little social group, is that they're surprised that a man like Donald Trump would actually care. See, this is what they're afraid to say, y'all. Ecclesiastes, it's a time for everything. Shout out to you, champ. You see? It's that's what's killing people. They're afraid to say, damn, a guy like Donald Trump actually cares about the American people. That's what a lot of people are going through. They're in a dilemma because no other president decided to do this but him. But him. So we're going to continue keeping an eye out on this stuff. We're definitely going to continue with bringing us up-to-date content on what's going on in the Trump administration, what's going on within our government. Tomorrow's show, we're going to be talking about what Trump is doing with the Venezuelans. We're going to get back on the deportation stuff. What's going on with the deportation stuff? Because Trump is trying to get rid of the gangs like MS-13, which is actually the Mexican mafia, in case y'all don't know. MS-13, La M, that's the Mexican mafia. These are the people he's trying to get out of our country. It's them. And he's trying to ship their ass to a El Salvadorian prison where they need to be. You see? So we're going to get into that tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Shout out to everyone for coming through. Salute to my lovely lady MUSK for coming through and holding it down. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone who has financially supported. If you would like to financially support the show, everything is pinned at the top of the chat. It is pinned at the top of the chat. Shout out to everyone if you have financially supported. It is very much appreciated. Salute to everyone that's in the building. I appreciate everyone for coming out to today's show. If you're new here and you have enjoyed today's show, you are enjoying the content, don't hesitate. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Salute to everyone for coming through once again. Shout out to my lovely lady MUSK for holding it down. And I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.